Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to another installment of Hear It Here, only on the Bluegrass Jamboree. My name is Rita Small, and along with Tim Strong, you typically hear us every Saturday morning as we bring you Bluegrass in the Valley. But today, it is my pleasure to share a conversation I had last week with Heather Alley of the group Mountain Time. This group is newly formed and out of Eastern Kentucky, and this week you can find them sitting at the #1 spot on the Bluegrass Jamboree chart. So sit back for the next little bit, and let's find out some more about Mountain Time. We do want to thank you, though, for taking the time to speak with us this evening. So excited about what, you guys are going to have coming down the pike. And for those of our
Yeah.
listeners, that may not have heard about Mountain Time yet, why don't you give us a little background on the group and let us know kind of how you guys came to be?
Okay. Yeah. Well, first I want to say thank you for having me on and letting me talk a little bit about it. We're all really excited. There's 5 of us. It's me. I play fiddle and sing lead, and then Dylan Hager from around Elliott County is playing guitar and singing lead as well. And then we've got Chasten Carroll on the mandolin, Brad Powers on the banjo, and Chad Castle on the bass. So the way it came about, though, it kind of came out of the blue, and Chasten had actually asked me to just play a house Christmas party last December, so December 2019. And I had never really played music with him before, and so I was actually home here in Ohio. I'm from around Dayton, Ohio, and I drove the trip down to near Moorhead, Kentucky, and I played with him. And after the show, he just asked me, he's like, Heather, what would you think about getting a group together and playing some shows? And I didn't even have to think twice. I was honored that he'd asked me. So we started getting together in January to practice.
You are a student at Moorhead State University, and you're in the traditional music program down there, but you're also a member of their Mountain Music Ambassadors. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, it's one of the few schools that offer a degree in traditional music, so it's pretty unique, and that's why I chose to go to Moorhead. But the Mountain Music Ambassadors, the way the program is set up, we have, I think, 8 to 10 ensembles, and that's like a class that you can take, and it's with other students, and we put on 2 concerts per semester. But the ambassadors, that's kind of you have to do an audition to get into it, and it's kind of the group that represents the program. So we'll do a couple extra shows every year, like we go to the Carter Family Fold, and I haven't been, but they usually go to IBMA every year, and we do local shows and stuff. So it's just kind of the group that represents the program as a whole.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, that's quite an honor to be able to do something like that. And what were some of your influences that got you into bluegrass music?
So I was raised on bluegrass music and bluegrass gospel. My papa played it when he was younger, and so my mom listened to it on the radio all the time when I was a kid and stuff. My biggest influences are, Alison Krauss and Rhonda Vincent, of course, and then also Doyle Lawson, because my favorite to sing and my favorite to listen to is like the gospel quartet kind of stuff, and he is like the best at that, and so I listened to him a lot growing up, and I was just raised up in church, singing in the church pews, so those are definitely some of my favorites.
And then you play fiddle in the group. Do you do any other instruments?
Yeah, I play fiddle for the group, and then I started learning to play bluegrass on the mandolin when I was 14, and then I also play guitar.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell you, you guys have you got a very distinct sound already, and your all's brand new single is Mountain Time. It's also the name of the group, which I think is it's a great way to get everybody out there knowing who you all are. And you actually wrote the single, correct?
Yes, I did.
And what made you write? Because and I love a good killing song. Anybody that knows me knows I love a good killing song with a twist. So what was what kind of brought that tune on for you?
So it's kind of a funny story, and I keep saying, if there was a rubric for a bluegrass song, I think I followed it pretty well, But
yes, you did.
but I wrote it in early January, I think, of this year. And my friend Ryan had just gotten back from a trip to Arizona, I think. So Arizona's on mountain time. And he got back, and I was in my dorm room, and it was January. It was a cold morning, and he was talking to me, and he was like, Heather, my sleep schedule's all messed up. I'm still on mountain time. And I didn't know, actually, that mountain time was an actual time zone. I was totally clueless to that. And so I just thought that he made up this cool phrase. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, I was like on mountain time. Like, that's where I was. And so I was just sitting in my dorm room. I go to school at Morehead State University, and I was sitting there, and I just thought that was the coolest phrase, and I didn't know that existed. So I was like, man, that would be a cool hook line for a song or something. And the story just kind of flowed out. I think I wrote it all in that day, or maybe 2 days, but it kind of just the story just kind of exploded in my mind all at once. So it was cool.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a great single. And in fact, the first time we played it on Bluegrass in the Valley, we had one of our listeners sent me a message right there, right when we played it. And Hyatt goes, that first note had me. I'm like, oh my gosh. So you've got lots of fans already. And like we said, the Bluegrass Jamboree started their own weekly broadcast chart this past week, and you guys debuted at number 3 for the chart as a whole, which was absolutely fantastic. I was so excited to see that when it hit this morning.
Yeah, that was an absolute honor. I got a text message this morning from some of the guys in the band, and they had seen it and showed it to me, and that was awesome. That was really, really cool.
So let's take a real quick break here, and let's listen to this week's number 1 song on the Bluegrass Jamboree chart. It's the brand new single from Mountain Time, tune written by Heather Alley, and it's entitled Mountain Time.
It was a January morn, and it seemed the earth was standing still. There was an eerie wind a-blowing, it was warm, and the snow began to melt. As she came upon the scene, the town was awoken by her scream. Underneath that bank of snow, there was a body, it was her dear beloved Beau. Now he's on mountain time, resting way up on high. She ran to mountain time, skipped town after they laid him in the ground. She's the only one who knows how he got under that snow, and it'll follow her across the borderline to that mountain time. Now the Texas air is quiet as she finds herself still running through the night. She thought her story was sealed tight, but she saw the doubt in that preacher's eyes. 60 miles south of town, she finally found a place to lie down. But when she woke up the next morn, there was a sheriff pounding at her door. He's on mountain time, chasing that woman for her crime. 'Cause she ran to mountain time, skipped town after they laid him in the ground. She's the only one who knows how he got under that snow, and it followed her across the borderline into that mountain time. She tried to run, found herself at the end of a barrel of a gun. Now she's on mountain time, resting
I know that this year has kind of been an awkward year for everybody music-wise. It's just been terrible.
Yeah.
But is there going to be some shows coming up this year for you all still, or are we going to have to wait until 2021 to be able to catch you all at a festival?
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know that it's a crazy time right now, for musicians, especially. We've had to cancel just a couple shows so far, so we do have some for later in the year. We're playing, since we're all, well, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, but since I go to school in Moorhead, we're all from the Eastern Kentucky area, and so we're playing the Elliott County Tobacco Festival in September, and we're also playing Poppy Mountain Bluegrass Festival in September this year. And then also we've got Rattlesnake Ridge in December. So we've got a few for the end of the year, and hopefully they hold through. Hopefully we're kind of over this whole quarantine thing by then, but we'll see.
I know coming up in 2021, you guys have already got you're just kind of already booking them hot and heavy for 2021. I know you guys are going to be at Bluegrass in the Bluegrass come February. And then when the main festival season hits, I know you guys are booked already for Rudy Fest, KM Fest, Sam Jam, which are all favorites of ours here at the station. And I cannot wait to get to see you guys. Where can the listeners go to find out some more about Mountain Time?
Yeah, we have our website that you can see all of our tour dates in our bios, and that's just mountaintimebluegrass.com.
And Tim was commenting that you spelled time like most people spell time as Time.
Yeah, that's good to clarify that. I'm kind of the social media manager. They've deemed me to take care of all that stuff. So we also have a Facebook page, and that is Mountain Time Band, and then you can just search that and it'll come up. And I post some promo videos for the single and the links to the single if it's available on most music streaming platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. And then we also have some videos on Facebook of some practices that we've done. So if you listen to the single, you can hop over to Facebook and listen to some more stuff we have too. And then the last thing is we also have an Instagram page, and that's Mountain Time Bluegrass.
Thank you for taking the time. And like we always say here at Bluegrass in the Valley, our airwaves are your airwaves. So make sure you just give us a holler whenever you feel like talking about something, or if you guys have big news or singles coming out, make sure you let us know about it.
Yeah, we are so excited to get the word out, and we're so excited to be able to play these shows hopefully near the latter half of the year and get out and really have people hear it. So thank you so much.
Again, a big thank you to Heather Alley of Mountain Time for speaking with us and talking about the group's brand new single. Make sure you request it from your favorite Bluegrass Jamboree broadcaster and support the group. Check them out on Facebook. Check out their website. And as we always say, tell your friends, tell your neighbors all about the Bluegrass Jamboree for the best in bluegrass, gospel, and traditional country 24/7. We'll